Short video on how CARA helps you with enterprise-wide AI, including providing an enterprise-wide data aggregation platform, which is really the key to providing these kinds of functions. So first of all, what is the CARA AI and why is it unique? Well, it has some end-user facing features, which I'll come onto in a bit more detail, where people can chat with data, chat with documents, and get it to do various different things. The second level is then the orchestration. We're using our AI tools where you can build automations. So this can be to put together a whole process, an end-to-end chain of events that maybe reads emails, understands the content with questions, finds answers, drafts a response, and sends it to a human in the loop for review. And then the third part is to build a platform where all of your enterprise data is aggregated, because this is really the key to providing good AI across your enterprise, rather than relying on lots of different AIs from individual vendors, or providing yourself with an AI that has to integrate with lots of different vendor platforms. So how does that look? So we provide a platform already today which is incredibly scalable, up to tens of billions of documents. And we would essentially take your data, as we've done in a few customers already, and synchronize it from your line of business applications, whatever those might be, here along the bottom, so that we have the content and maybe metadata in CARA. And then you do your AI processing, you ask questions, you build new content, whatever it is. And the great thing is that CARA provides you a link back to the source that was used for its answers. And this will allow you then to have a hyperlink back to, let's say, other bits in CARA, or perhaps in Viva or SharePoint or other systems. Taking it one step further, the hotly kind of active topic of structured content authoring is also made easier with this CARA AI. So today in CARA, we allow you to create a structure template, so a sort of sequence of objects, data, content bits that you can pull together from anywhere in CARA, which of course, as we've just described, could also come from other systems then through the data aggregation, and spit it out in various different formats, whether that's Word, PDF, JSON, and so on. And essentially the CARA AI overlays the ability then to generate bits of content, so maybe a summary paragraph and things like that, and add it to the mix. And it's all fully configurable, fully flexible, so you can create any kind of document, including non-life science documents, through this mechanism. So what can the end user do? Lots of features, starting with assisted searching, so being able to use natural language to find information in the system, summarizing one or more documents and creating maybe a summary document of a study report, doing comparisons. So this is then not just a kind of track changes level comparison, but a real semantic comparison. You can classify documents, you can analyze content, so you can ask to aggregate data and present it in different groupings and things like that. It handles multiple languages, so you can ask a question in German, for example, where it's looking for content in English and Japanese and presents the output back in German. And also we can generate content, so that's where a lot of customers are going at this point. And in the second half of 2025, we're refining that with the ability to insert into the structured content authoring, as mentioned before. So why are we different and we think better than our competitors? Well, first of all, it's fully built into the platform. So what does that mean? We don't leave you to devise the best way of indexing content, which typically means converting to Markdown. And then we don't leave you to build your own integrations and sort of user interface pieces. So it's really part of the platform. We also don't just focus on the easy stuff. So classifying documents is a great example. You maybe save a minute per document, but if you've got to then spend half a minute going back and checking what AI has done, you save next to nothing. We're looking at things where we can reduce from hours, days, or sometimes even weeks down to seconds in the process. Security is huge, so we provide the ability to restrict the security of users so that they only see answers from AI based on information in the system that they have access to see in the first place. So there's no contravening your internal security policies. Plus, CARA is looking just at the CARA system and providing information from there. So it's not learning from other customers, not providing learning to other customers. Everything's traced and auditable, so as much as the black box of AI can be opened a bit, this is opening it in the sense that every question and response is audited, whether it's the user or the system, and there is traceability in the form of links through to the source information that was used to build the responses. And last but not least, the LLM is up to you. So a lot of vendors will force one LLM. It's hard-coded to that. It may or may not be your corporate policy LLM or the preferred one for your use case, but we can integrate with essentially any, and we've integrated already with half a dozen or so. So that's a quick look at the AI in the CARA platform.